Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's the Weekly Leader, episode number 5. That's right. We can still count them on one hand. And welcome back. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining us. This week, got a couple of things, just 2 things. The one story, one current event, and of course, a leadership topic. So without further delay, let's get started. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So in the news, current event, Ukraine, that situation is still going on and it's still unfolding, it's still developing. But no, today's situation is I don't even know what it would classify under, because it's so misleading, so misdirecting, but never told a lie kind of situation. And again, it's sports related. It's Tom Brady unretiring, though he never formally submitted the paperwork. He just said right before the start of the Super Bowl, right before the start of Super Bowl 56, at the end of the season, near the playoffs, that was it, at the end of the playoffs, Tom Brady announced that he was going to retire, that he was done, that was it was enough, time to spend time with the family. Well, that was short-lived. Now, this past week, he announced that he was unretiring. He's coming back to Tampa Bay. And a lot of it has to do with the money, the salary cap and freeing up money and doing things that necessarily need to be done. And if you understand the game of football, you understand that there's money involved, obviously, and the players get played and they get played. Well, they play and they get paid this exorbitant amount of money. The better you are, the more popular you are, the more out there you are, then obviously you're going to get paid more. But you also have to deliver. They're not just going to hand money over to you if you're not delivering. So with that being said, he made the decision to come back for another season. And again, more than likely, he's just going to continue playing until he can't play any longer, which is fine. But the misleading part was that he goes and makes this spectacle, this event of announcing his retirement. And then he creates another event, another spectacle of his teammates trying to figure out what life is going to be like without Tom Brady. So all of that does work into the mindset of the fans, the individuals, the team itself. What's going on? What's up? What's the deal? And then understanding that, hey, this was all just none. It was moot. The point was moot. And as a leader, you cannot be doing that. As a leader, you're not going to be playing games with people. You shouldn't be playing games with the organization. I'm a firm believer. You've made your decision. You stick to it, good or bad, whatever it is. Now, I understand I'm not in the $50 million a year business. I'd like to be, but no, we're not there yet. I'm not there yet. And maybe one day I will. But that's not the point. The point is that no matter what, you say something, people are looking to you. People are understanding. Now, since the end of January, beginning of February, they are looking towards life without this individual in the business of football, of that game in Tampa Bay, of that team in Tampa Bay. And now they're trying to think about things and plan ahead. And here next month comes the NFL draft. So we're going to have to work on this and figure out who we're going to get in to substitute until we get a good quarterback in, or pick up a good quarterback, because we're going to have all that money. And he says no. So maybe there was somebody out there like, I get to go, I'm going to try out for Tampa Bay. I'm going to do this for Tampa Bay. I want to play at Tampa Bay. And now those plans, and again, nothing's in stone, I understand. And again, nothing was in stone on the business side, meaning he had not turned in his paperwork, he hadn't signed anything, and he had not been waived or released from Tampa Bay at that point. But still, everybody else around in that sphere of concern, not sphere of influence, but sphere of concern, realized that, hey, wait a minute, we're trying to decide what life's going to be like, and now we're trying to project and plan and adjust and possibly even restructure, and now we can't. And so we've wasted all the time, energy, and planning and anxiety that comes with it, because again, this is major sports. And still, this guy changes his mind. Leaders don't do that. If you make a decision, you stick to it. You decide, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. Now, I understand there are circumstances. Life happens. I get it. I get life happens. But still, playing games like that, those kinds of high-level games, is not something that really makes a leader a leader. Makes you a prima donna. And no, there's enough prima donnas in the world. We don't need more. So that's where I stand. It just doesn't work. It shouldn't work that way, but yet a lot of them are going to excuse that type of behavior, and especially because it's Tom Brady. No one should excuse that type of behavior, but yet it's going to happen. We know it, you know it, I know it. But if we had tried that stunt in our own everyday life, it's not going to work. We're going to get booted right out of there. That nonsense. What kind of egocentric, what kind of narcissistic, what kind of behavior is that, where individuals can go and say, I'm not going to play anymore, go on life without me, and then they say, you know what, I'm going to continue to play, and they act with impunity because they themselves believe that they're entitled to it. They themselves believe like, well, I am the greatest and I can do this and I've gotten away with this for so long, therefore nothing's going to happen to me. No, folks, if it doesn't happen to me, I can't get away with anything again, because where am I? What am I doing? What am I posting myself, putting myself out there? I can't get away with it, but Tom Brady can? No. And I'm not going to say he should or it's okay because he's Tom Brady. No. But what I am saying is, you, as an up-and-coming, current, future leader, that's not tolerable behavior. That's not expected behavior. That's not professional behavior. That's just being childish. Again, your actions will have a reaction. Your decisions, you made them, you decide, you stick to them, that's it, you got to do it. And again, follow through. Now, if there's extenuating circumstances, you got to come back. Obviously, things like that do happen, but not on a whim and not leading people on, organizations and fan bases. No, that's not what it's about. So again, be careful with what you say, make your decisions, stick to them, but think them through before you make those decisions, because you should stick to them all and see them all the way to the end. Alrighty, so there is not a second current event, not this week, but I do want to talk about a leadership situation, and it deals with knowing your people. It deals with knowing those that follow you and understand what kind of a base you're creating, what type of individuals you're bringing in, and while everyone is not going to be the same, and no two people should be alike, your organization should be something that encourages different mindsets, different ways of thinking, different ways of doing business, because you never know. What worked over here might not work over here, but what works over here works here and here. So you see what I'm saying? It's one of those that by having that expansion of minds and thoughts and behaviors and actions, then yes. However, they should all be focused. They should all be looking straight ahead. They should all be goal-oriented, mission-oriented, focused on what they signed up for, and not any kind of shenanigans. Not any kind of shenanigans. But then again, there will be those individuals that will be the wolf in sheep's clothing, that will be trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And it's at that point that you have to decide, is that the kind of culture you want in your organization? Is that the kind of culture that says, hey, we're going to succeed because I've got a wolf in sheep's clothing, because I've got someone that tries to pull the wool over other people's eyes? And what am I getting at? Is that we don't know every single person in our team. We don't know who they are when we peel back the layers, and when we do peel back the layers, or the layers are peeled back for us in front of us, and we realize, oh, wait a minute, this is not who we thought it was. What do we do then? You set the standard early, you reinforce that standard, and this is the expectation. And it's not anything that's negotiable, because again, you're trying to project a professional image, you're trying to surround yourself with professional individuals, and they're going to seep in. Those individuals that are not there for professional reasons, those individuals that are there to kind of look pretty, look good, put up that front, that facade. And when it gets revealed, what do? Well, you act quickly, assertively, decisively, stick to it. You can't pull back. You cannot pull any punches, because again, it is the reputation of you, your organization, those that are around you that are still behaving in a professional manner. And no matter what, they're the ones that chose not to. They're the ones that chose not to behave in a professional manner. They're the ones that decided to go against the expectations of the organization. They're the ones that put up the front. They're the ones that arrive there under false pretenses. In the end, it comes out and they're under false pretenses. So understanding that it might not be your fault as a leader if you hire someone who does do that. It might not be your fault as a manager for having those types of people, those individuals on board. Because again, there's a lot of people that'll put up fronts, and they'll put up some great fronts. But when push comes to shove and they get found out, they just give up the ghost, and it's like, wow, we never saw that coming. Wow, we didn't expect that. Wow, how could this happen to us? Again, because there are people that will do that they've already have in their mind that they're going to pull a scam. If they're trying to pull a scam, they're going to pull the wool over the other people's eyes so that no one can kind of doubt who those individuals are. And again, you as a leader should not feel that it's like, oh, I failed as a leader because I brought this individual in. No, but now you learned your lesson, due diligence, and you'll do it again. And it's going to happen. You're going to have to hire again or bring someone into the team. And yeah, there's going to be doubt. But that new individual that comes on board, let them know why there's doubt, why there's skepticism, because it's going to show from you and the rest of your team members. And it's going to show, and it's going to put them, well, not at ease. They will not be at ease. And they're going to try to figure out, I just started and they're already getting me these bad looks. I just started and they're always looking at me. They're always being suspect of me. I feel like I'm being watched for some reason. And yes, they're going to be. But you as a leader, without going into details, you as the manager, without going into details, should inform them that, look, the previous individual, there was some situation and now we're going to be suspect of this, and the new individual will understand. But as a leader, you have got to, one, find those individuals that are not part of not part of the organization, those that are there under false pretenses, and those that are there that are not being professional. And it happens, especially those under false pretenses, because they can only put up that front for so long. Usually it's when they get busted. Usually it's when they get caught. Usually it's when they're found out. And then then it all comes out because they've got no facade, no shield, because it's just flimsy and it's there. But I'm just peeling back that layer, and sure enough, now it's okay. It happens. That's life. Life happens. But again, that new replacement, that new individual coming on board, the one that's filling in that position, let them know, hey, it was rough times, but we're going to make it. And we're just being skeptical, once bitten, twice shy. But share that with them. Don't make them feel like outsiders, even though you need them. Even though your organization needs them. Do not make them feel like outsiders, because it's going to happen. So be careful. All right, everybody. That's it. It's been a crazy week. It continues to be a crazy week overseas, all over the world. Times are changing, definitely, but it's a moment in history. Like anything else, we embrace it, we deal with it, we accept it, and we roll with the punches, because that's all they're going to give us is punches. And we have to be ready to roll with them, because again, if we're not rolling with the punches, we might as well be hitting a brick wall, because it's not going to work any other way. So until next week, I'm Dave Guerra. Thanks for watching. This is The Weekly Leader, episode number 5. Until next time, take care. Have a good one.